Hey Tim, how's it going? It's Jess, it's Monday. So your Ebola talk last week was really important. I think more information is helpful, especially since it is this unknown disease and there is no cure and things like that. I think it's like the movie Outbreak. There's a monkey kind of running around biting people. Like, what is happening? But the facts you gave, I think, puts it in perspective about how dangerous it really is and how likely someone is to actually catch it. This week I read an article on AOL, and it reminded me a lot of this topic of, I guess, mass paranoia? People being afraid of things, thanks to the media, I think, sometimes. This article basically laid out that people are really afraid of random acts of violence. In general, people feel that random acts of major violent crimes has increased over the last couple of years, which makes sense when you think about the focus on assaults, school shootings, and other violent crimes that the media tends to focus on. A recent study by Chapman University polled 1,500 people and asked them, what are your greatest society fears? Fears in society, right? Yeah. 57% of the people reported they were afraid of child abductions. 64% reported a fear of gang violence. 60% were afraid of being a victim of sexual assault, so I'm guessing 6 out of 10 people they interviewed were women. And just under 83% were afraid of being involved in a public shooting. An additional 63% were afraid of pedophilia. An additional 65% reported being scared of human trafficking. The researchers found that in the last 20 years, people's fear of these specific incidents have greatly increased. However, according to the FBI statistics, violent crimes have almost been cut in half since 1993. So really, we're more afraid of something that is happening a little less. I find this to be so interesting because when they were asking about lifestyle choices or what gave these people the idea of these types of crimes, a lot of them reported that they saw them on TV. Whether they were being reported in news stories, they watched shows that had a lot of violence in them. It makes sense that these things would contribute to society being afraid of something that doesn't happen as often as we think it does. Oh, believe me, I'm like the worst, okay? I'm slightly hypochondriac when it comes to these things. I'm surprised I wasn't afraid of a Sharknado after I saw that movie. But at the end of the day, we just have to realize that the chances of these very awful things happening are very small. It's awful that they happen at all, but just not as often as we think they do. So living a life of fear and paranoia, like I once did, pointless. It's one of those things, you know, they say you shouldn't live your life afraid because anything can happen at any time, and ain't that the truth? Anyway, I really thought about that after your Ebola video because it's something that obviously I had given some thought to, like, oh my gosh, what if I catch Ebola? Do I have a fever? I mean, I can go on and on. But the truth is, these are not likely everyday situations. They're actually very small percent chances of them actually happening. I wish the percentage was 0. All right, Tim, this was a real cheerful video, and I will see you on Friday. Bye!